Women's volleyball team about to go on an extended road trip, but we got the head coach right here at home before you guys do that. And coach, let's talk about the last couple of weekends of conference play, starting off with a road weekend at Memphis and at Cincinnati. You guys beat Memphis for the first time since 2001, ending a 5-match losing streak there. What were you pleased with about your team's performance?
I thought all facets of our game were pretty strong. Primarily our defense. I mean, Clara Payne had 6 blocks, which might be a career high for her. She had a great night. Alexis Heidelberg adding 21 digs, and Wiley Devlin with 21 digs as well. So great defensive performance to kind of slow their offense down, and then we were efficient enough out of serve receive to be able to score some good points and take the match.
Was the defense just something where everyone started to feed off of each other, one person playing well, the others followed? Because it seems like every single person, the ones you mentioned, they all had near career highs or tremendous performances across the board.
Yeah, I think a lot of the defensive effort starts from our service line. I mean, if we're serving tough enough to get their passers to pass the ball, a little out of system, it makes it a lot easier on our defense, easier to read their offense, and we know what they're going to do, and we can then key in on those players. So again, just a really strong effort all the way around from our kids.
To finish off the weekend, Cincinnati did win on Sunday, and it looked like you just kind of ran into 2 very good and dominant outside hitters that combined for the majority of their offense. What did their attack do so well?
They had a freshman on the outside that took the majority of their swings, and it was another good defensive performance for us. Wiley Devlin with 28 digs in a 4-set match. You can't do much better than that. Jolie Holland had 5 blocks. So again, good defense. It just wasn't quite enough in the end. But if you look at the sets, everything was really, really close, and it was one of those that could have gone either way.
A really hard-fought match when you guys returned home on Friday against Tulsa. Another one could have gone either way in that fourth, the 28-26 final set loss. Hard fought there. Not to highlight 2 people without highlighting the rest, but let's talk about some individual performances. Priscilla Heasy hit very well, and then Wiley Devlin surpassed her 1,000 career dig mark. What does that mean to you, first of all, on Wiley Devlin's career accomplishment?
Wiley is the heart and soul of our team. She does not get near enough credit. She is one of our hardest workers. She's always pushing her teammates. She's always positive. I mean, I cannot say enough wonderful things about her. We'll be really, really sad to see her go since she's a senior. But she has had a tremendous career for us. She was a setter for us her first 2 years, has been our libero for the last 2 years. And, she just has that team first mentality, and it's taken her a very long way in her game. So I couldn't be more proud of Wiley. And then Priscilla, who hit a 750 on the match. So she's been playing right side for us. She's got a hot hand, nice strong arm. So I was really, really pleased with her. She's coming on really strong late in the season. Another hard worker for us. And then Denise and Dakota also put up some great numbers. So, disappointed that the result wasn't what we wanted, but again, another strong performance by our team.
And that performance really seemed to carry into Sunday, especially the start of the match against SMU, a team that is far and away the best team in the conference right now. Long match winning streak on the cusp of the top 25. You guys come out and you outplay them in nearly every category and win the first set. I know it was a loss, but would you say that's maybe one of the best matches you guys have played this year?
It was. It's frustrating for our staff and for the players when you have more kills than your opponent, you have more blocks than your opponent, more digs than your opponent, and you still don't get the win. But we just keep telling our kids, keep working, stay positive, stay the course, because our time is going to come.
Do you have an optimistic feeling? I know it's not a moral victory. It's hard to say that a victory is a moral victory, but do you have an optimistic feeling that you played these tough teams tough in this first time around?
Absolutely. I like that we play everybody in our conference home and away, because you always have a second shot at somebody, and our conference is so tight. That I still feel like there's opportunities for us to finish in the top third of the conference for sure. So, the second time around, you just have more of an opportunity to study what your opponent was trying to, what their defenders were doing against each of your hitters, what their weaknesses were defensively, so we could, be a better offensive threat the second time around. So it's nice to have that second opportunity. I expect our girls to do very well second time around.
Well, coming up, we'll preview a little bit of that second time around for USF women's volleyball and talk to junior Dakota Hampton. That's when the Courtney Draper Show returns.
Looking for an individual or family health care plan? Or maybe a dental policy? Look no further than the Tampa Florida Blue Centers in West Shore, Carrollwood, and Pinellas Park. For more information, go to floridablue.com or call the number on the screen.
Back here with junior Dakota Hampton. Dakota, you have really been on a tear lately, a big string of consecutive double-doubles.
Yeah.
What goes through your mind when you're racking up all this offense and defense out there lately?
I don't really think of, I need to get this next kill so I get another, 11 kills or this or that. And I just kind of go out there and play. And my setters are putting me in good positions to get those kills. And defense is all about the hustling. So we're hustling out there.
Well, it paid off. You were named to the conference honor roll this past week for the past weekend and all of that stuff. So with that award, and I'm sure it's nice to get that individual recognition, is it also nice because it's kind of a team reflection as well?
Yes, I think we're working really, really hard, and we're putting ourselves in a good position to go to that fourth game and that fifth set, and so I'm getting able to get more kills and more digs.
Now you have had the offense and the defense has always been there, but you're really the one that they target. You've had a lot of swings, and not to kind of be naive here, but when you go up there and you're targeted 50 plus times in a match, how do you keep yourself from getting mentally or physically tired?
I mean, coach does a good job of, pumping me up, and same with all my players. I mean, we just work together and go out there and just do it.
You seem like a very emotional person out there on the court, pumping your teammates up. I know there's probably a lot of energy out there on the court. Do you consider yourself one of the emotional leaders out there?
Definitely emotional. I have my highs and lows, but I love the game so much, and I'm very compassionate about it, so that's why.
How critical is it to have teammates that are talkative and that are passionate about it out there on the court? It seems like it's a very big game based on emotion.
Definitely. I mean, we have our emotional players and our quiet players, and you definitely need both pieces to make a great team, so we have that. So.
Now that you guys are nearly halfway through conference play, you've seen pretty much every team. You get to see them again. That's the beauty of this conference schedule. What do you take away from, hey, we get them all again, we get another shot?
Well, like our past schedule has shown, we've been really close with all our past opponents. So I'm just excited to get another round to hopefully get that win. Yeah.
Are you guys optimistic that there is still a lot of volleyball left, and you have played some of your best matches lately, even if it last weekend against an SMU team that is pretty much in the top 25 right now? The results might not have been there, but you played probably your best match of the season. Are you optimistic that you get these guys, every one of these teams again?
Yes, I am very optimistic about it. I think our next half is going to be our best half. So.
Well, that's junior Dakota Hampton. Back with more after this on the Courtney Draper Show.
The University of South Florida is a regional powerhouse with global significance, leading advances that are changing the world. Now a leader among the nation's universities in research, healthcare, and just being cool. The place where young men and women train to become the best.
This is where the bulls run.
We just talked with junior Dakota Hampton, and Coach, she was just named to the honor roll this past week. 8 double-doubles on the season. What does she provide for you as such a big offensive threat this year?
She's been great offensively and defensively for us. She's one of the only 6 rotation players that we have on our team right now. So we ask a lot of her, both in the front row and the back row, on the offensive side as well as the defensive side. You know, she has to do so much for our team, and she takes some swings that when we're in system, she'll take phenomenal swings, and then sometimes out of system, she just becomes very clever. She's seeing the block really well. She sees the defenders across the net, where they are on the floor and how they are lined up so that she can have an opportunity to get some great kills.
Well, something you touched on earlier, the fact that now you're coming along in the second half of conference play. You have tape, you have the footage on all these teams you've played. Are you making a lot of adjustments based on what you see, or is it more of, okay, we thought they were doing that and now we have the verification?
Some of each. Obviously, you have to know your opponent and study them, through and through. But I think also a big part of it is what we're doing and making our offense better and creating more ways for us to score points. I think it's really important, this time in the year where you kind of reopen your playbook and say, okay, people are catching on to this or that. Let's try some different things or different strategies offensively, because it's really, in our game, it's all about scoring points.
Now you have still more than half the conference slate remaining, coming up on that halfway point this weekend. A lot of volleyball still left, and it's a crowded conference standings, 3 down to 9 and 10. They're all jumbled up there. Do you stress your team, look at all these matches, look at how well we have played so far. There's a lot we can still do in the standings.
Yes, almost every time we're going into a match, I say we have the same record as they do. Do you want to finish on top, or are you going to be behind them? So it is definitely neck and neck. That's what makes our conference so fun and so interesting and makes you play your best volleyball every night.
Well, you guys are going to be on the road for a while, but we'll see you back here at home on Wednesday, November 4th against UCF. And not to look ahead too far, but that'll be back in the Sun Dome. I'm sure that'll be another cool opportunity.
Yes, so we only play in the Sun Dome a handful of times throughout the season. The last match we played in the Sun Dome was against Penn State with about 2,000 fans, and it was a really exciting environment. And I'm excited, for the community and the students and our faculty, staff, administration, for everyone to come and support such a fun event against an important opponent, of course.
And that's the next home match for USF Volleyball, Wednesday, November 4th in the Sun Dome against UCF. Thanks for watching this edition of the Courtney Draper Show.